some rifles are simply too legendary to ever part with. Today, we're breaking down 10 rifles every serious shooter should hang on to for life. These aren't just firearms, they're investments, icons, and potential family heirlooms. Sure, somebody might wave cash in front of you, but certain rifles belong in the safe forever. From budget workhorses to top-shelf builds, we're talking rifles that deliver rock-solid dependability, craftsmanship, and long-term value. Whether your thing is hunting whitetail, defending your home, or running drills on the range, these rifles have already proven their worth. Let's dive in. Kicking things off is the Remington Model 78-3, a bolt action that proves precision shooting doesn't have to come with a premium price tag. This rifle punches way above its weight class, offering near custom shop accuracy at entry-level money. What makes it shine? The dual-pillar bedding system and free-float barrel setup give you consistency normally reserved for rifles twice the cost. The synthetic stock is reinforced with high-density nylon, keeping it rigid and stable. Add in a button-rifled barrel, and you're talking tight groups all day long. The Crossfire adjustable trigger deserves a nod. It's crisp, clean, and can be tuned to your preference. Feeding comes from a detachable box mag, 4 rounds in standard calibers, 3 if you're running magnums. To sweeten the deal, some packages ship with a factory-mounted and bore-sighted loopholed VX Freedom free 9x40 optic. That means you can hit the range or woods the same day you pick it up. Weighing in at about 8 pounds with a 20-inch carbon steel barrel and priced around $340, it's arguably the best bang for your buck bolt gun on the market. For anyone who values sub-MOA performance without draining their wallet, this one's a keeper. Coming up next, we're stepping into premium AR territory with the Daniel Defense DDM-4-7. This isn't just another black rifle, it's the benchmark for modern sporting rifles, trusted by pros and enthusiasts alike. At its core sits a cold hammer forged 16-inch government profile barrel paired with a mid-length gas system, striking that perfect sweet spot between smooth recoil and reliability. The 15-inch MFR handguard offers M-lock slots in 7 positions, plus a full-length top rail, so your customization options are practically endless. Little details set it apart. The ambidextrous grip-in-rip charging handle, flared magwell, and receiver CNC machined from aircraft-grade 7075 Teak 6 aluminum. The BCG is chrome-lined and tested to withstand abuse you'll probably never throw at it. Despite all those upgrades, the rifle tips the scale at just 6.2 pounds. Sure, it'll run you around $1,650, but for the reliability, craftsmanship, and smooth handling you get, it's worth every penny. The DDM-4-7 is the rifle others are compared to. When it really counts, this is the AR you want in your hands. Next is one of the most unique rimfires you'll ever lay hands on, the Henry U.S. Survival Rifle, better known as the AR-7. Originally designed by Eugene Stoner back in the late 50s for Air Force pilots, this little .22 LR carbine was built to be compact, reliable, and easy to stow in a survival kit. Here's the genius. The rifle breaks down tool-free, and every component tucks neatly inside the hollow buttstock. Waterproof, impact-resistant, and weighing just 3.5 pounds. It's tailor-made for the outdoorsman or prepper. Disassembled, it shrinks down to just over 16 inches, so you can throw it in a pack, canoe, or bug-out bag without thinking twice. Assembly takes seconds. Receiver into the stock, barrel slides on, retaining nut tightens up, and you're ready to run. The steel barrel has a protective ABS coating, and the iron sight's rear peep, front blade are surprisingly accurate for such a compact rig. It comes with two 8-round mags, stored inside the stock, and you can grab it in black or camo finishes. At around $350, this little rifle isn't about big game hunting, it's about putting food on the table or getting you out of a bad situation when you need it most. In a pinch, the AR-7 might just be the handiest rifle you'll ever own. Let's talk about the Marlin 336 SBL, is where old-school heritage meets modern upgrades. This isn't your granddad's deer rifle, it's a rugged, stainless steel lever action that's been reimagined for today's shooters. Built from stainless throughout, it laughs off rain, snow, and rough conditions, while the gray laminate stock stays solid regardless of temperature or humidity. The cold hammer forged barrel gives you precision and long service life, and the threaded muzzle 5/8 x24 lets you throw on a can or a break, something you almost never see on a lever rifle. Sighting is dialed in for hunting and low-light work. A fiber optic front post with a tritium ring paired with an adjustable ghost ring rear. On top, Marlin gives you a factory-installed pick rail, so mounting an LPVO or red dot is a breeze. The oversized lever loop makes running the action smooth, even with heavy gloves in the dead of winter. Chambered in the classic 30-30 Winchester, it feeds 6 rounds through a tubular mag, giving you tried and true deer slaying firepower. At 7.3 pound and just over 37 inches long, it balances perfectly for quick handling in the field. Add in safety features like a crossbolt and half-cock notch, and you've got a rifle that blends tradition with confidence. At around $1,280, it's not cheap, but this lever action is built to be passed down through generations. Next up, we've got the most popular rimfire in American history, the Ruger 10/22. If you grew up shooting, odds are you started behind one of these. Since 1964, it's been the go-to trainer, plinker, and small game rifle, and for good reason. The genius starts with the rotary magazine, a compact 10-rounder that feeds each round from its own chamber, making jams almost non-existent. The simple blowback action is legendary for its reliability, cycling tens of thousands of rounds with little more than a quick cleaning now and then. The barrel is cold hammer forged and locks into the receiver with Ruger's clever V-block system, no gunsmithing needed for rock-solid accuracy. And then there's the aftermarket. No other rifle has as many parts, stocks, triggers, barrels, or accessories available. You can leave it stock with the classic hardwood furniture and iron sights, or turn it into a race gun, a suppressed backpack rifle, or a precision trainer. Weighing only 5 pounds with an 18.5-inch barrel, the 10/22 handles like a dream and is perfect for carrying all day in the woods. Priced around $390, it's one of the best values you'll find. Simple, reliable, endlessly customizable, the 10/22 is proof that sometimes the greatest designs are also the simplest. Now we're heading overseas with the Swiss-made Sig SG 550, widely regarded as one of the finest service rifles ever built. Chambered in 5.56 NATO, this rifle shows off Swiss precision engineering at its absolute peak. Instead of a gas impingement setup like an AR-15, the 550 runs a piston-driven system with a rotating bolt, super clean, super reliable, and nearly bomb-proof under harsh conditions. The folding stock makes transport easy, dropping overall length from nearly 40 inches down to just over 30 without sacrificing usability. Despite being a full-featured battle rifle, it tips the scales at just 9 pounds loaded, lighter than a lot of its contemporaries. Accuracy is where the SIG really shines. With its long sight radius and chrome-lined barrel, it's capable of tack-driving performance by military standards. Twist rates vary 1/7 or 1/10, so you can run anything from lighter 55 grain 223 loads to heavier 77 grain match rounds. The adjustable gas system even lets you fine-tune the rifle for different ammo or suppressed use. The trigger is another standout, clean and consistent, without the mushy creep common to military rifles. Mags range from hunting-friendly 5-rounders up to full-capacity 30-rounders. For what you get, the $1130 price tag is shockingly good, especially considering how rare these are stateside due to import restrictions. If you're lucky enough to snag one, you're holding a piece of Swiss craftsmanship that rivals anything else from the 20th century. Closing out this batch is the Russian SKS, a Cold War classic that bridges history and practicality. Designed by Simonov at the tail end of World War II, it paved the way for the AK while standing tall as its own rugged carbine. Chambered in 7.6 Tukes 39mm, it delivers reliable performance on deer-sized game while keeping recoil manageable. Feeding is via a fixed 10-round box mag, topped off with stripper clips. That setup keeps things simple, while also staying compliant in areas with mag restrictions. The gas system is long-stroke, like the AK, making it one of the most dependable semi-autos of its era. Many SKSs still wear their original chrome-lined barrels, giving them resistance to corrosion and decades of service life even when running corrosive surplus ammo. The classic wood stock might be plain, but it's tough and gives the rifle timeless appeal. Sighting is old-school military, a tangent rear adjustable out to 1,000 meters, realistically accurate to 300-400, and a hooded post up front. Some models still carry their original folding bayonets, which adds a bit of Cold War character to an already iconic rifle. At about 8.5 pounds with a 20.5-inch barrel, the SKS handles well, balances nicely, and carries a certain charm that modern rifles just can't replicate. Clean examples fetch north of $1,300 these days, and they'll likely keep climbing. It's not just a shooter, it's a piece of history that still earns its place at the range or in the deer woods. Kicking our top three, we've got the Serbian-built Zastava ZPAP M70, one of the finest AK variants you can buy on the civilian market. At first glance, it looks like a standard Kalashnikov, but the details set it apart. The biggest upgrade is the beefy 1.5mm bulged trunnion, which makes the receiver far more durable than the typical 1mm setups found on most AKs. Add a cold hammer, forged, chrome-lined barrel, and you've got a rifle that shrugs off high round counts without losing accuracy. The bolt is a double-stack design, enhancing extraction and reliability, while the safety lever has a built-in bolt hold open notch, a small but extremely practical touch missing on most AKs. Chambered in the hard-hitting 7.62 x 39mm, the M70 sports a 16.3-inch barrel and comes in at about 35 inches overall, making it compact enough for vehicles or tight spaces while still delivering solid ballistics. Unloaded weight is 7.9 pounds, right in the sweet spot for a fighting rifle. Feeding from 30-round mags where legal, this gun is battle-proven, with Zastava supplying militaries around the world for decades. At roughly $1050, it's a fantastic deal considering the quality is well above your average AK. While plenty of companies crank out Kalashnikov clones, few reach this level of toughness and refinement. Sometimes, the best rifles aren't radical new designs, they're perfected versions of classics. Coming in at number 2, the Ruger Mini 14 is pure Americana, essentially a scaled-down Garand action chambered in 5.56 NATO. It's a rifle that's been winning shooters over since the 1970s. Its fixed piston gas system with a moving gas cylinder keeps it running clean and reliable. avoiding the fouling that can bog down direct impingement ARs. It wears a traditional hardwood stock, rugged, handsome, and non-threatening compared to black rifles. That classic look, paired with ghost ring sights rear and a protected front blade, makes it fast to aim in almost any light. Optics users are covered too. The solid steel receiver comes with machined-in scope mounts, no adapters required. The cold hammer forged barrel is 18.5 inches long with a 1/9 twist, perfect for stabilizing most common 223 and 556 loads. At 7 pounds flat and 38 inches overall, the Mini 14 is light, handy, and very well balanced. Capacity varies from 5-round mags, ideal for hunting, or compliance up to higher capacity options if your state allows. Priced around $1,360. It's not a budget rifle, but its reputation for reliability in tough conditions is rock solid. Whether it's defense, ranch duty, or predator control, the Mini 14 is an old-school workhorse that simply doesn't quit. Taking the crown at number 1 is the legendary Heckler Koch G36. Born out of German engineering excellence, this rifle has earned its reputation as one of the most reliable battle rifles on the planet. It runs an indirect gas piston system with a rotating bolt head, meaning it keeps working no matter the environment: desert sand, Arctic cold, jungle humidity, or saltwater spray. The folding stock trims length from nearly 40 inches down to about 29.5, making it vehicle and CQB friendly. While the rifle itself weighs a feather-light 7.7 pounds unloaded. The 18.9-inch barrel hits the sweet spot for maneuverability and velocity, and the 6-groove right-hand twist stabilizes standard 5.56 NATO beautifully. In military trim, it spits 750 rounds per minute. In civilian semi-auto form, you still get all the reliability without the select fire capability. Mag options run from 10 to 30 rounds depending on your state laws. What really makes the G36 shine is its upgrade path. HK offers retrofit kits that bring older rifles up to modern standards, with slimline handguards, flat top rails with backup sights, improved grips, and ergonomic buttstocks. Price-wise, they can be found for around $680 in the civilian market, an absolute steal for a rifle of this pedigree. Import restrictions make them harder to find, but if you manage to snag one, you're holding one of the best designed rifles of the modern era. And that wraps up our countdown of 10 rifles you should never let go of. Values shift. New guns hit the market, but these models represent the gold standard for durability, performance, and collectability. They're more than tools, they're stories, heirlooms, and investments rolled into one. Whether you're a hunter, a collector, or a shooter looking for rock-solid reliability, these rifles have proven themselves over decades. Some firearms are just guns. These are legends.